Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to today's video. It is in the morning, it's about 5 a.m. and this is meal number one. We're going to be taking you through a full day of eating today. So my macros are as low as they probably have ever been in, I don't know, 6 years or something. So the goal macros for today is 54 fat, 105 carb, and 265 protein. So this is us in the real big digging phase. We're 10 days out from the first show, which is going to be in California. So really trying to get a little bit of that last fat off. And also today I'm going to be getting my carb loading strategy from Cliff. So very excited for that. Maybe I'll share that, or maybe that's going to be another video. Not sure yet. But we got meal number one right now. We have my first 2 cups of coffee, and I've sweetened this. I used the PE Science peanut butter cup for the creamer on this one, PB cup. And I'll probably be doing the K-pop on my second cup today. And that'll be my 2. Of course, you already know. You put your scoop in here, you put a couple sweeteners, put a little bit of water, and you make that into like a thick consistency, but it's not clumpy. Then you start adding the rest of the coffee. And then that's how you get the non-clumpy protein coffee. But yeah, so today we are digging for the show. I woke up today 200.6 pounds. I had one sub 200 weigh-in. I was like 199.6, no 199.8 the other day. So hopefully we can get back down there and see what we bring to the stage. But this is me digging, 105 carbs, about 1900 something calories. And to put this into context, someone's like, oh, like, that's not that hard. It's all relative. A lot of my clients, some of them have to diet at like 1400, 1500 calories, but they're usually, when they're bulking, they're only on 2500 calories or 2400 calories. For me, when I was bulking, I was at like 3800, so we're literally at 50% of my old intake. So it is what it is. We're getting lean. So damn good. This is a good move. PB cup, Frosted Chocolate Cupcake, or K-pop if you're gonna make protein coffee. So we're gonna get to this video. I'm gonna have this cup, then the next cup, so there's gonna be 2 scoops of protein. That's breakfast. Gonna go get some training in, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. What's going on, guys? So back from the gym. The workout was all right, I'll be honest. But we're about to make this post-workout meal. So in the process of it, we got the used some spinach, mushrooms, ground beef, just under 2 servings of ground beef, and I just put in a bag of cauliflower rice. I'm seasoning this with a garlic powder and some iodized sea salt. So I'm gonna finish whipping this up, and then I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Probably also gonna toss in just a little bit of this good stuff. That is the sugar-free teriyaki marinade. That stuff is delicious. Just put a little dab in there. So gonna finish cooking this up, and I'll show you guys the finished product. We got the finished product. That is what it's looking at. Wow, so pretty. Much aesthetic. Not really. But it tastes better than it looks. I'm washing this down with a little bit of Pepsi Zero. Wild cherry, that's like Nicole's favorite drink, so we have a bunch of it. But yeah, I'm gonna eat this up now. Macros are right here. It's a lot of volume, and it tastes pretty good. The teriyaki is a game changer. And Cliff is making my carb load, I think starting carb load for next week's competition. And he asked me like, what carb sources have you been eating, to see kind of what I'm able to handle. Because with a carb load, I'm gonna be eating a lot of just a couple foods. You don't want to have like too much diversity of like foods maybe you haven't had in a while, and then maybe you'll have a really weird reaction when you have a lot of carbs from it. So like if you're not handling, probably not going to want to have a ton of inland ice cream, because there's going to be a lot of fiber, sugar, alcohols, and that may make you a little bit more bloated, maybe a little more gassy. So he asked me like, hey, what vegetable sources have you been having? And I'm at like 105 carbs right now, so I was like, pretty much only vegetables and inland ice cream on my regular days, and then on refeed days, it's pretty much I'm adding pita pizzas, so pita breads, and then I'll get like a quart of fat-free frozen yogurt, which is no sugar added, so that also has some sugar alcohols. So I'm really interested to see what he says and like what carb sources he's gonna want me to incorporate, because you're not gonna want to carb up on vegetables. You're gonna be really full, a lot of fiber, a lot of volume, pretty bloated. Not gonna want enlightened ice cream because fiber, sugar alcohols with the froyo, and you can't really travel with froyo. And then in the case of pita breads, that looks like the only real option there. So may just be chowing down 600 carbs of pita breads. But that's besides the point. Looking forward to his email back to me. But that's pretty much what my diet's been looking like right now. It's a ton of vegetables, just so I can feel full. And then I like to cap the day off with some ice cream if I can. So we'll see if I'm able to do that today. But we're gonna have this meal. Probably no ice cream accompanying it, just because again, carbs are low right now. Don't want to blow my load at 10 a.m. So I'm gonna eat this. Talk to you guys in the next meal. So that meal was delicious. Now I just want something sweet. So instead of vitamin enlightened or ice cream, I'm gonna have some almond milk. We got the vanilla unsweetened that I put in a bunch of sweetener. And now it's like, again, a really dilute, really not viscous vanilla milkshake. And we got some of that up in here. So amazing. So that's just like 5 grams of fat. I think I'm at like 16 fat so far, and some like 20 carbs and over 100 grams of protein. So we're making it so far. It's like almost 10 a.m. And yeah, so plans for today, Wednesdays are usually pretty variable in terms of like what I'm gonna be doing. Business related, maybe I'll have like calls just like randomly scheduled for today. But today's pretty open. I really wanna get into some reading. I'm on a big reading kick. Finished up the Nutrition Pyramids by Eric Helms for a second read through, and started the Training Pyramids. I think I'm like halfway done those. But seeing that it is my peak week coming up next week for my first show, kind of want to read my coach Cliff Wilson's book. He's a contest prep guide, so I want to start that. I don't have a PDF version, so I can't read it on my iPad, but I got the thick physical copy, which is like a textbook. So I'll show you that in a little bit. So here is the book, the complete contest prep handbook. There's Cliff, he wrote this. And yeah, so I'm gonna get into reading some of that and just relaxing on the couch right there. It's gonna be great. And Nicole has been watching Fixer Upper for the past like full day. She is over here, but she just got her wisdom teeth out yesterday, and that's why she's been on the couch. So I'm gonna be a good boyfriend and read next to her, keep her some company. But I want to get some reading done because that's what I'm really enjoying right now. But we're hanging. Fixer Upper it's a decent show. It's good stuff. But I'm gonna get to reading. Talk to you guys in a bit. So just getting into the book, and look who snuggled up right next to me.
Aww.
He's eating up. He's a cute guy because he always wants to just get close to you, so he'll snuggle up. And we got Yoomster over there just chowing down, being crazy. She had some butt sacks, but now that's cleared up. So she's A1. Thank you, East Brunswick vets. But getting into this, me and Elon are just going to be hanging, and thanks Nicole for filming. We're going to be hanging with her too. So talk to you guys later. Alright, so the next meal we got is some steak. We got the Piedmontese. This is the New York strip. And we got the center cut ribeye. So this is about like 80 grams of protein, but pretty low fat, low carb. Just been reading the past 2.5, 3 hours and wanted to knock these out. Probably would usually get a little bit less instead of doing like 80 grams of protein in one meal, but just gotta finish up this steak. It's been in the fridge a little bit of time. But this is the Piedmontese stuff, so the New York strip per serving only has 8 grams of fat. The center cut ribeye has like 2 grams per 3 ounces cooked. So gonna knock this out, get back to some reading. I think I'm like halfway done the book so far, and I think it's like 2 hours of reading or so. So we'll see if I can finish that today, but back to that. What's going on? It's been a little bit. So for the past like 5 hours, well no, it's like 3:30ish now, 3:15. I worked for an hour, did some of the like stuff I had to do with like checking in clients, and then just went back to reading. And I finished, guys, finished this whole book. It's pretty thick. Something over 200 pages. Finished that in one day. That's the first time I went like cover to cover in one day with a book like that. But there was like 50 pages of pictures for posing, and I didn't have to go through all like the women's physique poses because I'm not going to be doing those. At least I don't think. But really cool stuff in there, and I'm really excited because Cliff was one of the writers. He talked about his rapid backload approach for like peaking and carb loading. And I saw like the stat or the numbers that stuck out to me is he said pretty much going to deplete, and then at the end of the depletion, one day going 5.5 to 7.5 grams per pound of carbs for intake. And for me, that would be 1,100 to 1,500 grams of carbs in one day. So that sounds glorious right now when I'm only at 105. So we'll see how that all goes, and I'm excited to take you guys through those peaks. But I've just been sitting on the couch this pretty much whole day. Again, I think I went through that book in like 5 hours of actually like reading it, which is a record for me. Super happy about it. But again, I was just sitting on the couch. So me and Nicole need to go for a walk. Need to get outside, get on my feet, get moving, because interesting thing, just because I've been so like not active today, hunger isn't even like on my mind at all. I don't know if it's because I've just been like mentally stimulated by reading that and like staying engaged, or if it's just I haven't been moving. So there's really, my body isn't burning too many calories. So I'm gonna go with that one. But me and Nicole, like we've been doing 30-minute walks every single day. So we're gonna be getting up, waking her up. She's up now, and we're gonna go for this walk. And then maybe walk the dogs later too, because I've just been really inactive today. So let's see if we get that going. All right guys, so me and Nicole just did a little bit of our walk. We walked over to the post office, dropped some packages off, some welcome packages for Healthy Flesh prescription. As always, you guys can apply for that at hejnasty.com/coaching, and check my PO box, which is here's my PO box address if you want to send me anything. Cool notes are welcome. I got a couple of those. That was awesome. I did this maybe with my new phone, so we'll open this up when we get home. We're gonna continue on our walk, probably get another like 20-30 minutes in, and enjoy this 95-degree weather in October. Thank you, New Jersey. All right, so Nicole has to get changed. She wasn't expecting it to be 95 degrees out, so on our way back around the other way, we just stopped at home. But open up that box. It is what we thought it is. It is the overpriced new iPhone. But Nicole already got it, and the camera's really, really good. The main use that we've been using it for, that it's helped us with, especially with being a content creator or just like doing Instagram pics, was that you can now do, wow, I'm stupid right now. You can do that studio mode or something with the wide angle. I don't know why I can't think of the word, but where you have like, what? Portrait mode. You can do portrait mode with the lens. Sorry, forgot for a sec. But so it's a lot better when we're really close and we'll just get a really broad view, as opposed to Nicole would always have to step back like 10 steps and be like, okay, now cheese. But yeah, so excited to do that. Got to back it up and then set it up. But we're gonna get back outside once Nicole gets a not black sundress on, because that's not good for today. But back to the walk. Might as well show you what this looks like. So I went with the space gray or the black Pro Max. Look at that matte back. Sexy. Excited for that. You'll see it in my Instagram posts. It is so nice out right now. 95 degrees in October. I'm digging this. Okay, so we are back from walking. Gonna have 3.6 grams of ground chicken breast. There that is, seasoned with some sea salt and garlic powder. It is damn delicious. So 3.6 ounces of cooked is like 4.8 ounces of raw. I'm gonna be eating this up, and then I have my favorite part of the day coming up right after this. So knocked out that chicken, and next up we got my favorite part of the day. This is gonna be a pint of Enlightened, able to fit in because I didn't have many carbs today. So we got white chocolate peppermint mocha. Looks like that. Let me show you a little scoop of that. There you can see a little bit of that action down there. But yes, this is a pretty solid flavor. It's good. I wouldn't say it's one of their best. It's like a really coffee base. I think it's an espresso swirl. I'm not the biggest coffee guy on white chocolate chips. And I give it like a 7, 6, 7 compared to my taste buds. Out of the barista collection, I think this is my third of the 3 in terms of favorites. I think the PSL pumpkin spice latte is actually underrated. I don't usually like pumpkin spice. And then the triple shot espresso, and again, I don't really like coffee stuff too much, but that one's really good too. This one's alright, but it fits my macros, and even ice cream is still ice cream. So I'm gonna eat this up, gonna knock this pint out, and we are starting out, because my friend recommended this anime. It is called Steins Gate. So this is gonna be episode 1. Me and Nicole are gonna watch that, and we'll see if it's any good. But my friend was really adamant on this anime. If you've seen it, let me know down below. This actually has 524,000 views, and it came out 7 years ago. So let me know if you guys have seen it. We're gonna watch episode 1. So we just finished the first episode, and I don't know what the hell we just watched. Steins Gate is really weird, really trippy, and that explains. We're about to watch episode 2. But as you can see, there's only 250k views of episode 2, and there's 500 of episode 1. So that means 50% of people didn't go on and finish it because I'm really confused. But we're gonna get into the last meal of the day. It's only been 30 minutes, but gonna have the vanilla enlightened, and this one didn't even have to microwave it. It was already pretty good consistency, so very happy about that. Gonna knock that out, and that's gonna do it for today's day of eating. Got 2 pints of enlightened, and we just got a bunch of vegetables early on, and then a variety of different meat sources. So this is a relatively kind of typical day of eating for me. Usually I'll have like more vegetables in my fridge, and usually 1 pint less of enlightened, but that's just the way the day played out, and I don't mind because I love me some ice cream. So total macros for today are right here. I think somewhere like 265 protein, 106 carbs, and I think 56 fat, and somehow with 106 carbs hit like 41 grams of fiber, which is ridiculous. So 40% of the carbs that I ate today were fiber, that is nutty. That's like a record for me. But that's gonna do it for today's video. We are 10 days out of the first show, something like 40 something days out from the last show. Very excited. Things are coming along. I didn't get my email yet from Cliff about our peaking strategy for the first show, but I'll be talking about that probably in a future video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next one. Keep it flexible. I'm out.